Take a breath. You're here. This is the Her Perspective, a space for real conversation and becoming in real time. Welcome to the Her Perspective, a podcast for people navigating growth in real time. I'm your host, Victoria, and today feels different. Not because everything is perfect, but because something in me has shifted, and today feels different for another reason. This is our last episode of this season. And honestly, I couldn't have it in any other way. So, in our last episode, I talked about not proving myself anymore, not explaining every decision, not justifying my growth, and definitely not apologizing for moving differently. And after sitting with all of that, I realized something deeper. I don't want to keep analyzing every version of myself. I don't want to keep questioning how I show up. I don't want to keep fitting or filtering who I am through what other people might think. I just want to live out loud and freely. And for me, that's a decision. So let me ask you something. Where in your life are you still holding back just to be understood? Where are you over explaining when you really don't have to? Where are you showing up as a version of yourself that feels safe for others, but not honestly for yourself? Because I had to ask myself those same questions. And my answers weren't always easy to face because for a long time, I didn't even realize how much I was managing myself, managing how I was perceived, managing how I showed up, managing how much of myself I gave into who. I was overthinking everything, what I said, how I said it, how it was received. And without even realizing it, I started shaping myself around other people, adjusting, explaining, overgiving, not just for love, but for attention, for validation, for just feeling like I needed to just be. And if you're being honest with yourself, have you ever done that too? Have you ever felt like being needed made you feel valuable? Have you ever stayed in spaces or showed up in ways just so you could feel chosen? And once I became aware of that, I couldn't go back to that version of me. So I had to make a decision, not a temporary one, but a real decision that I wasn't going to keep performing to feel value, that I was not going to keep shrinking to be understood, that I wasn't going to keep proving who I am to people who were comfortable with who I used to be. And choosing that has changed everything. Not all at once, but just how I move. I don't rush to explain myself anymore. I don't feel the need to respond to everything. I don't feel responsible for how everyone receives me. And I'm not available in the same ways I used to. And I'm okay with that because for the first time in a long time, I feel like I'm actually showing up for myself, not a version of me that's easy to understand or easy to accept, just me. And I really want you to hear this part. Freedom isn't loud, it's not always obvious. Sometimes it looks like silence, like resistance. Sometimes it looks like choosing not to explain. Sometimes it looks like choosing yourself even when nobody else claps for it. So ask yourself this: what would your life look like if you stop performing, if you stopped overgiving, if you stopped needing to be understood by everyone? Who would you be if you were just you? Because that's where I am right now. Not trying to be the right version of me, just the real one. And I'm learning that that version of me is really enough. So now I'm choosing to live differently. I'm choosing to be present instead of performing. I'm choosing peace over perception. I'm definitely choosing alignment over approval. And I'm choosing to be fully myself, even if it's not understood by everyone, because I don't need everyone to understand me anymore. I just need to be honest with myself. So, if you're in a place where you've been overthinking, overgiving, over explaining, let this be your moment, not to fix anything, but to decide something, that you don't have to keep doing that. You can just be fully honest freely. And if that means some people don't understand anymore, be okay with that, because alignment will always matter more than approval. And if you don't take anything else from this, take this from me. Say it with me. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to move differently. You are allowed to grow, even if it's not understood. I am allowed to be myself fully. I am allowed to grow without explaining it. I am allowed to change without apologizing for it. I am allowed to live out loud and freely. This is how I'm choosing to move forward. Thank you for spending these wonderful moments with me. May your becoming stay honest, soft, and right on time for your heart and your life. Talk soon.